lies this individual snoozing at upper store, made to snooze by a heavenly surgeon. Open up his chest cavity there, grab a rib, and then manufacture, build, stupefy a female. And then he comes out of anesthetic, likely babbling the way that we all babble when anesthetic wears off. And the first thing that he said out of his mouth, albeit being a little bit disoriented, was, "Oh, this at last is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh." Look at him admit genetics right there and then. Look at him acknowledge him as the original source that brought this wonderful specimen on board. Look at him out here completely acknowledge as the first thing he said that this is my responsibility. You dote over a brand new baby, all chuffed with tears coming down your eyes, because you're looking forward to wiping more joggers off. You are literally looking forward to staying up at night and not sleeping. You are looking forward to stanky diapers, expensive schooling, failing mathematics. You are looking totally excited. You are stoked about busting this individual kissing a boy behind the house. Cause that's what you're crying about when that baby out there be like, why are you crying? Why are you all excited? Why are you happy? Why are you out here sniffing around and saying, it's my baby? Because you are looking forward to a future of, albeit there being a great deal of joy. There will be striving. There will be challenges. There will be expensiveness. Because ain't nobody out to be manufacturing a cheap baby. There will be issues, tissues, and fundamentals after the fall with things you absolutely are fascinated by, you adore them, you are besotted. They will, however, come with baggage. The baby is not only cute, has a dimple, and when it coos, everybody is lulled to sleep by their adorableness. They also, like I said, come with stanky poop, and they come them joggers. There are facets of them that when you take responsibility to take care of them, when you take responsibility to bring them into this world, when you do all that, you have got to, in your own body, acknowledge that there will be more than just utopia, more than just joy, more than just peace. There will be more than just elation over this human being. There will come challenges, especially after Adam and Eve sinned. Only once they sinned. Overheat, young border, but whatever, we're just going to keep on talking. Hopefully, I'm not going to be challenged, just indefinitely. At least the battery is charged sufficiently enough for me to continue to speak for a while longer. Yeah. It is understood, comprehended, if anything's funny. Like there's a whole baby ad, Johnson's baby here that I'm looking at. Like these bundles of joy come with them a great deal of joy, but there's a lot of challenge too. They're expensive and they get sick. You have to go to hospitals and spend nights, days there. There are challenges with them, behavior at school, blah blah, etc. They may or may not be star students. They may or may not, you may or may not produce a little player for a boy child. He could respect girls, or he could just be bringing a pregnant teen at 14. There are challenges with parenting. So therefore, it ought to be comprehended by men over these extensions of their rib. That if at all you're going to be excited, elated, just like a woman being elated after giving birth to a baby, of the existence of Eve. If you're going to be excited of the existence of this woman, like, Adam's reaction was not, oh, here's somebody that I've got to provide for. Oh, what is this woman over here? I have to go and service her car. Why do I have to go and pay for her shoes? Why do I have to deal with her nagging? No, his initial response was, this at last is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. It's elation, excitement, the joy. You would know what it feels like if at all you are older than 3 years old, maybe 5, or falling in love. Guys, it's nice. It's nice to be adored and to adore. To be in a new levatung. You can't sleep. You be out here robbing yourself of energy. The next day I'm sending because text messages all night. Okay, good night, I gotta sleep. And then you don't even sleep proper because you are still, your heart is pumped with energizing endorphins that make even sleep rough. And even if you don't sleep properly, the first thing you're looking at in the morning, your phone, see the text that you did not quite happen upon because you were busy trying to sleep. And then you respond to them to a point where when you're busy taking a shower, you will literally stop the shower water just to respond to ignore chat establishment thing. And then all day long, while you're busy taking calls, while you're busy writing minutes, while you're busy running the show and running a meeting, you can't wait to respond. I love you too. Oh, I can't wait to see you. Hey, gumnandi. To fall in love. Yes, like it, but it is exciting. Top of that, put your best foot forward. Put your best foot forward when you are in love. My ex-boyfriend fell in love with me, and he was a little junkie. And his tongue was dry because of that. Our first kiss, I could pick up why until I learned drugs do that. Yeah, well, when you fall in love, you get given, even though before it was really hard to drop a bad habit, even though before it was real impossible to turn a leaf, to do a new thing, to go to AA and come clean. When you fall in love afresh, AA ain't got nothing on a man newly in love, do you understand? Like, staged interventions at Jarting ain't got jack on a man that's newly in love. People are just saying, I'm going to lose weight. You're drinking too much, ain't got jack on a new woman in a man's life, and vice versa. You will drop the cocaine, you will drop the drugs, you will drop the bad behavior, the party. My ex-boyfriend, hopping up and down like a kangaroo every weekend. That's the reason why his parents loved me. That's why his mom loved me. That's why especially female family members, they appreciated me because every weekend, hopping up and down like a kangaroo. Karabo. Next thing, weekend 1, Jarting. Weekend 2, Jarting. Weekend 3, Jarting. And the mother was like, yo, pink returned to his cheeks, stop drugs, what gain you weight? But I'm not in the fresh because of crankcase. So even if mama, Jonga, I scan up and down first time I meet. Yeah, because her son fell in love with you and you are a responsible force in his life. He met a woman and literally got his act together. Men, women, everybody in this romantic game never know that this is it until such events of this nature occur. Do you understand? Fall in love with someone that is the first person to convince you that look, Java is not worth it. This random gambling is not worth it. There is power in love, is what I'm getting at. There is transformative power in romantic love, more even than the love that a mother experiences over a child, the love that a sister dotes over her sibling, the love that a dad dotes over his daughter. There is more power. There is more power in romantic love than any other kind of love on earth to transform a human's character, to transform a person's life altogether. La romance in particular than any other kind of human relationship. And so therefore, it necessarily makes sense that the Lord would typologically describe, metaphorically describe his relationship with the body of Christ, with human beings, to a romantic relationship. He is a groom and we are the bride, because there is no more transformative relationship, there is no more transforming relationship of a person's character than romantic love, because the influence of a person that you are besotted with at that height, romantic feelings, can literally rehabilitate a junkie. I saw what happened with my ex. He got off drugs first and foremost, because he was scared of losing me. Because somewhere along the way, with something that happened in his life, he started to drink so much that he was looking nasty like my dad. And an until named Sosa. And I was like, while I was drinking, I was still drinking because I could handle my liquor. He couldn't handle his liquor because he was using his liquor to cope with a life issue that was now turning him into a pooza guy. And I was like, designated driver while I was out here tipsy. Because like I said, I could handle my liquor, so I didn't have a problem. But he was starting to get a problem. And because I was 5 seconds out the door, for me, stuff like that, like Papa, there is no more transformative relationship that a human being can ever have than romantic love. So, Nina, I'm as fellow Tigins. Heterosexual. Lesbian. That's the reason why you need to rather stay with men instead of jump ship, because they transformed your behavior. So, in the very opposite direction, where it is that people become nasties, people become goodies. Similarly too can you become a nasty. Similarly too can you become a nasty because of romantic love gone wrong. So the Bible describes it as women in particular in the lives of men. If you've got a baddie, like a horrible chick, not baddie in the good sense, but in the very typical sense of what the word means, no need to be metaphoric over here. Proper, she's like rottenness in your bones, yo. Like a bad woman is the ruin of a man. A bad girl, it is written in God's word, is like rottenness in his bones. But a good one is like a crown of glory, like a king and everything on his head. So an excellent wife makes all the difference but similarly too does a treacherous one make all the difference. Indoda can be tanked by a woman, or he can be elevated. And a dude that nobody could handle. Just giving met the bandit Santi. It's giving I'm your border Gresha Pasnandavana. And I transform my cherry to a point where I got recognizable and won't come to out here. Be like, yo, mina mestango to utemba mega body. This guy was proper in a casket. He was already 6 feet under. What come out of nowhere like a bat out of hell. Karabo. Next thing, guy is out here pushing dad and husband, and the business is running swimmingly, and he has not relapsed in 20 years. Happily me'ebacho. Khunale that kind of power. Alright? Yeah. Mara, unfortunately, because we are sinners, born dead in trespasses and sins, and since our parents conceive us, we are born slaves to sin. We are basically just cancerous and metastasizing at like record speeds from the time we get born again. When you are in a romantic union of that nature where somebody is powerfully able to get you off drugs and all that, bese uyamthelela njengebhokati, bese uyamjwayela ingathi impintshi yakho from 1997. Hasitse le tlwaela bo OC, hasitse bo gel ba le thusitseng e ba like furniture ko jakate a seke go dropa ball because you abandoned that which was your initial motivation and inspiration. And the thing that causes all this abandonment are the very flaws I'm out here trying to highlight in the fact that uma as chicken umfas acknowledge sisters your God-ordained function. Indoda izophelelwa uthando bese agcina angenandaba nendaba yokuthi ushiye idakamiso for you. Hence my ex-boyfriend relapsed somewhere to his drug behavior when we was together because me I was Incredible Hulk to my boyfriends. Nikile out here rocking a female suit, like you know, a fat suit where I para all skinny. I should be looking like somebody that belongs on my 500-pound life. Yeah, I was rocking, instead of a fat suit, a man suit. I had an Adam's apple aja bulging. I had a thick jawline, shoulders from here to Timbuktu looking like Incredible Hulk. I was looking like Danny Bravo. I was a man. So imagine, because I was aja rocking manhood in a relationship as a female. Of course, my dude done, dropped the ball. He dropped the ball on the initial pursuit of betterness as a human being, because that which fires a man up to basically get transformed, a particular human being, can be exsanguinated, it can be drained out. So if romantic love, and the same thing of course occurs then in the opposite direction, which is what I'm actually talking about, I also lost feelings because while I became androgynous butch like Casta Semenya in the spirit, my man became my lady. Or my son. I was the man, he was the woman. He was effeminate in the worst way. I took on roles that belonged to men, and he took on roles that belonged to women. And there appeared to be a contentment with that. And with there being a contentment, there then also arose a passive aggression in both of us. Because I'm not trying to be a man, I want to give him a side. And similarly too, I'm not a girl, so please, don't be acting towards me. Ingati, I'm not man enough. Spawning, causing umuntu to rebel against me, and me to rebel against him. And my rebellion was highlighted, evidenced, it juiced itself in my carrots on a diet. But I crushed it, and that was just the beginning. That was just the beginning. There was no one that could turn my nose, my head, my chin left or right against indoda yaminaiza lo muntu menyimthanda mara kaza more die faithfulness, kaza more die loyalty. Kaphuka Chris Brown right. These chicks ain't loyal. Ungazongibhora Chris. Because you have something to do with it, bro. You gotta admit that besides I ride or die until nje fela ba borwa ke taba go monna o tlwaela wankutwa taba go sisters ona is gonna be here forever. Khona lona la inda akazojika left and right lo uzoblome jartini ngizomthola Grace. She's gonna be part of the grass. She's gonna be like a blade of grass. The way nje fela taba le mo jakateng anta le pisantsa for left and right. Haba ka mukuta still go mothola mo khone ali gathered with other blades of grass. Di side piece saka o taba ntsa le teng ke mo chitela. So when a dude actually be treating you like a blade of grass in the garden that is gathering dust with the weeds, economy, I'm a side piece na jump off. When I sister girl, when I utlone ka tlhoga go ntse le ka montle ka rupiko go shebane le banna ba bang on some low young telekantang ndao. Wangtella ona no I kid anyway. But you see, it takes a lot longer for women to jump ship than men. So sometimes we blow my out for like years, years, dog, years. Even though somebody will Even though somebody will Grovel or something, bring back lost love, I mean like Pella, just a myriad of crazy disease like spells. Now, what I'm trying to highlight right now is that the responsibility of a man to love a woman it was conceived literally at Adam waking up to accept the gift that God gave him. His reaction to Eve's presence was like a tacit agreement in a contract. The Lord gave him terms and conditions. Fine print. It wasn't even fine print, it was quite bold back then. No need to speak in fine print or parables, because everybody's pure right now, right? He was like, here's a gift, yeah, but these are the terms and conditions. It's your extension. You are to steward it. You are to hit it, take care of it, protect it, feed it. You are to make sure that it's good, it's grand, it doesn't die from the elements. You have got a responsibility to make this living creature in front of you essentially survive anything that can come its way. I could, of course, just take it away. I mean, do you like it? Do you want it? It's a present. I'm offering it to you. We are full. Adam's tacit agreement was his proclamation on a rooftop. Woo, 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 woo. I would imagine he went to a mountain to do that. And was like, oh, this is bone on my bone. Woo! Flesh of my flesh. Oh, woo, 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 woo. And just like a newborn baby, I'm also gonna name her. Woo, 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 woo. She's Eve. Woo, 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 woo. That was Adam. What do you do when a baby pops out of your womb? Maybe even in advance to it popping. You've already had to call it Psychosis. So it's hard to be walking these streets, baby, so that thing is for. You give that baby a name. I mean, I once wanted to change my surname because my dad unang borile. But I had to do that onerously, going to home affairs and everything. Mara, that name, shame, etched on my back like a slave with a tattoo. If I can think you that thing until you change your mind about it. Like you that thing. Your mama the one naming you until you change your mind about it. So if you don't like your name, if your mom has named you matric certificate, you can go and change your name to Karabo. But it's gonna take a process of you once you get your ID, walking to home affairs, queuing for hours, and then officially changing your name, paying a fee and everything. The prerogative becomes yours later on if you want to emancipate yourself from the name that your mama gave you. But before then, it's etched on you like a tattoo. So essentially, Adam, upon naming Eve, she could not change that unless she went to a proverbial Eve-like Garden of Eden home affairs. But largely, whatever your mama named you for the majority of the time, if your dad is not annoying, irritating, and irresponsible like mine, you're just gonna be Karabo Hlongwane and really until some dude comes here and makes you Karabo Shabalala. You're just gonna stay Karabo Hlongwane. Like, you're not gonna make it a big deal. It's not gonna be a whole thing. Like, you're just gonna leave it, okay? Largely, people leave what it is that their parents have given them, evidencing the weight and the power of influence over determination of who you are as a person that is awarded to the individual that brought you into the planet. You are Peter Mazibu, and you're probably gonna be that until you die. Even if you really like the name Robert, even if you like the name Robert, you're gonna be Peter until you die. And just admit to you, Robert, like, dude, your name, I'm feeling it, but you can't have them all. If anything, I think I'm gonna name my kid Robert so that, I will live as Robert vicariously through my son. But I guess I'm just Peter. Yeah, most people just take whatever their parents gave them. That is the power of an individual that has been given authority by God. Eve did not wake up, look around, and was like, I think I like the name Eve. I'm gonna call myself Eve. Look at me, I'm Eve. Hey, how you doing, Adam? My name is Eve. No, Adam was like, you're Eve. You gotta love the authority of a man. And then it dropped in and is like, you're Eve. Okay, chef. When you don't know Jesus, you will absolutely drop the ball on your God-ordained authority. Like just that which is the power that you have. The content in it, I spoke about how it is that I get my ex-boyfriend on a game, made the dance around something, Monopoly, snakes and letters. He was full of games. So because he was full of games, I was a periscope in a submarine. I just scanning left and right for alternative ships so I could leave with them. Even though in the beginning I was ride or die faithful, that could have ever made me look anywhere else. There was a guy that rocked up that during one of our seasons of breaking up, like properly, that game, and I was already a dominant woman in my relationship. I met this guy on training one time. I met him on training, and I get to do the periscope. So connected on Facebook, whatnot. Had a big crush on him. Earlier, I spoke about how my ex made me give guys boulders, like as in falling down a mountain from a landslide. That's why he needed that's why he needed witchcraft to ward men off. Because mina menikuke ngekiriva ever kiriva matapa amakima amakana that I gave to certain men that came and went during the time when I was with my ex, and I was like, mafunu yoshale ndoda stina boy. I'm giving you, never mind this dinner, mara boulder, like I'm giving it sapa. How kakukalena make like Thor? If this is your hammer, if you can pick it up, he's gone. And this dude was one of them. The one walk of it, I'm gonna finish that story just now. There was a dude that rocked up like maybe 4 years into our relationship. We broke up after 5 years. By then, I stick a hat, take it to the steam, kill it juiced like an orange. And at that stage, like I said, I was the Incredible Hulk. I was all androgynous. He was effeminate in his character. Not that he was girly like Somizi. He wasn't arch flamboyant wearing makeup, but his disposition was effeminate, whereas mine was masculine. Even though I was a girly girl in a Barbie world, wrapped in plastic, it's fantastic. I was a girly girl in all respects of the word. When you saw me out there, you'd be like, oh, what a snobbish little girl. Oh, quaint, oh, coy. But my disposition, my demeanor, the way that I carried myself, and the things that I carried in the relationship, the weight, my saga, anikiwa kukile in the relationship were those that men were supposed to carry. So even though I was a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, I was a strangely androgynous Barbie. I was a trans Barbie, or whatever. I was a man, albeit looking very much like a fluffy girl. So I was frustrated. Like that stuff will always frustrate a woman. Similarly too, will effeminateness in a relationship of a guy or dude feel chilling, doing nothing but gathering dust in a relationship is on fraza nayo. Until this bugger out here be, after 4 months of you guys breaking up, even though you jolled for 7 years, will marry another woman within 3 months. We put on and yet you marry a woman after just 4 months of meeting her, after just 3 months of meeting her. We were only broken up for 4 months, and I'm still out here healing my wounds, not trying to do a rebound, recovering from a broken relationship. And then I hear in the grapevine that you met someone 4 months after we broke up and you married her. Why would a guy waste all that time with a bova androgynous, beefy, like Ken-looking Barbie doll? A woman that ride or die, or to someone now strong, yeah, and then go and marry some other woman very shortly afterwards, having told that lady, even though like Yemi Alade, the ex-girlfriend, Nadulanza Vina throughout the 7-year relationship, I see me see trouble, when are you gonna marry me, oh? See me see trouble, you best to marry me, oh. See we've been dating for many years now, you want to leave me for love, I see me see trouble, you gon' marry me, oh. Today. Even though this woman was actually pressurizing this guy, falling out, he will come up with all different kinds of excuses. Yes, I'll marry you. It's in the cards. It's coming. I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. But this. And then miraculously, he's come out of nowhere. He's on these ingati ina mapigo like a bird. 50K nje ephelele yonke for ilobon. Inti Abudina was willing to settle for 20,000 just insofar as you took out ilobon. Kodwa yokhipela right chicken 50K yalobon. Izwileka ozoyithola. Uzowakhipha lamankomo leinkomo uzozikhipha whatever might be the terminology over there. Montako ntsha dikgomo tsana di patile a ke tsebe mo tlasa di pillows. Not go bank account, like back in the day, people who were paranoid about banking are just stashing the 100 note to mo tlasa matras. Brother o tlo ntsha dikgomo mo tlasa matras. Thought he didn't have money. Uzokhipha inkomo escathulweni ngathi yitooth fairy. Within 3 months of meeting some other woman who was supposed to take guy. The homo that in Gaspiti, Corona, we go for a lens of the thing. Oboto, Lela Daore, in a little, it's just that nice when that he was prepared to marry. Because why would he marry the Incredible Hulk? He's a man. He's a man, and he's not interested, given that he's a heterosexual man. He's not interested in going to go and marry a man, another man. He wants a woman. This man wants a woman. And when I saw outie sisters, outie feleting, and there was no 2 ways about it. Inside to make a $50 somewhere where you could not identify that paper trail. izophuma le mali amthathe fast and furious lo mfazi uzibuza ukuthi kanti sonke lesikhathi nekisinya ini nthonyana tse jalo di a etsagala mo lifeng ha le sa tshepe modimo le ha le sa acknowledge the God ordained role and functions tsa lona. When you don't accept ukuthi umfazi is made for this and indoda is made for that, love is going to pour out, drain as with a syringe out of a relationship very stealthily, hanya, until lo muntu oblomenayo that at some point you were besotted with. Akbora so much. Ha ayona o tlo tenwa ke taba ya hore wa kgathala. Ha aja dijo o borwa ke sound ya bo tlhafuna, food in his mouth. You feel disgusted by him chewing. Ha go tshwara o tlo feel nkare wa go chesa. Ha bua o tlo feel nkare wa go rasetsa wa go distracta. He batho, when in the beginning the muntu could interrupt you only in the middle of studying for an exam that you are writing in 2 hours, and yet you would literally give him time. So kuna naye for 5 minutes as he's distracting you. Mara kwako pili how uno kujabala ke ngola ka usane, you are so inconsiderate. I know shame. What did that? No, it's not time that progresses. It's indaba yokuthi umfazi sekuyindoda, indoda umfazi, and when you don't love a person ukuhlafuna kwabo kya irritate. But when you love them, oh, he sounds so cute when he's crunching those biscuits. I can't deal. Kunjalo. Y'all know that's a thing, right? It's a thing. So necessarily the whole situation you dwindle in terms of feelings in the relationship happened, I would imagine, in both directions. And only once I went to Dinyani, once I went to wear amadangari, orange is the new black, once I wore amastripes, na minga joini akamasayilo, ngathatha amameds wami, ngabona ukuthi le situation ayikho sustainable, ngavuka. Once I woke up out of my coma of thinking ukuthi mina kwamele ngiyophena ubhiti indoda ngiyomlungisa. And that's when to be strong for a man until he's strong. Until I woke up out of the slumber of that jail sentence, I was forever going to be construction working a man that frankly is going to hate me for it. Uzongizondela indaba yokuthi ngimsizile ukuphakama. I am not lying to you when I tell you I'm literally going to go and tell you this right now for free. Every boyfriend that I stayed with for a while, that I kept on saying, baby, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? Never did it until I was gone. And then I look back, I'm like, how is better go rise all of a sudden when I'm gone? How you gonna go rise all of a sudden when I'm gone? No. It's cause negu yimi dominatrix. I was the one that was arctic. Negele bova, negele strong on my life. Negele beefcake. Hey, dealing with guys, on the come up, I was scared of dating guys that had cars and stuff, you know, because they were players. I was scared of dating guys who had money. So I kind of liked them like scrubs. They were poor. Hey, scrub is a guy that thinks he's fine. Also known as a buster. Always thinking about what he wants, but just sits on his behind. So no, I don't want your number. I don't want to give you mine, and no. I don't want to meet you, no, and no. I don't want any of your time. I don't want to scrub. Scrub is a guy that can get no love from me, hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Live at home with your mama. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. You have a shorty, but you don't show love. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. If you have a car, you don't have a car, and you're walking. Oh yes, son, I'm talking to you. Wanna get with me with no money? Oh no, I'm a proper. I done dated scrubs. Keep you talking TLC immature. Yeah, that's what's good. Give me slay queens, and then and because I was young, because I was butter baby, because I had literally freshly popped out of my mama's womb, I imagined sonke sisasebancane sisasebasha, okay? Go for like the youth mona. So what to expect a 20-something-year-old? Maybe even a teenager. Yeah, well, my first boyfriend, I guess, was a teenager. Like, I dated when my first boyfriend, I was 16, and he was 18. But after that, my boyfriends were in their 20s, early 20s, and then going up, and whatnot. As time progressed, told myself that it's the beginning of life, okay? Someday we are trying to make it work. And wonke umuntu akaka-graduate, wonke umuntu akakathola umsebenzi obonakalayo in corporate. So nna ke tlo support-a my dude o sokolang ko call center. Go khomba le LTI ka mo life re ditiro palama ko Brie. Re tla be re eme in the blistering wind of winter. Re tatazela in a snake like you every just to go to your blome endlini yakibo on a sofa yaka ma wakhona such that mme wa teng ha kena go kitchen kwa jampiwa gore le ska tholana le tshwarane ka matsogo ha ke tshwantse ka fela le dileng ka le shebile TV le pupile le shebile fomo pela sofa gore mme wa teng a sana no re busy re tsa ntho tsa batho ba bagolo mo sofeng ya hae ga ntse ke jwa le banna ba jwa no apartment, no car, no ability to wine and dine me travel me across the world when I was at that age where men be out of flying women to Paris. It's a brick and mortar. That was me. I dated Grovel, telling myself that TLC is too harsh on the man. Too harsh. TLC is disturbingly harsh on the man. Leave the brother, he needs to grow. He's only 23. Come on. He's only 27. The brother is yet to even grow his baby teeth. So please allow him to mature at my expense, at my blood, sweat and tears, at my comprehensive exhaustion. Brother's gonna grow. Unless of course umntana Patrice Motsepe ozozala anemali sonke soyenza so sizindawone we're gonna make money together, baby. Okay, I got you, don't worry. Kokuphumula ithoko ube ole school. I'ma shave your beard for you. I'ma get your everything did. That which you are out here dating for him is his pedicure and manicure because he's out here being a chick. You plucking his eyebrows, giving him a full face beat. That's what you're doing because you're making him a chick. Whereas yena ukhulisa ukunikeza ama hormones, we're transitioning. So over time in the relationship your boobs get flat. Over time in the relationship so tholali tail. Over time in the relationship we're cheese gob. Over time in the relationship kwena usinandi lips. Over time in the relationship i-reverse yakho gone. Usuyisishwapha njengendoda nawe. Over time in the relationship hawusana jelly in your thighs, so only the muscles fela misifa. Over time kwena body muscles here kwena Danny Bravo kwena wako flexa. Over time you the dude, and over time kena ongileng the hormone wenze might be saying this thing but is it a mammoplasty? Like a boob job. The muntu ufaka ama silicone. Adam's apple is fell down, his voice is kind of squeaky now. Brother man got jelly thighs, hasa jima. Kwena ushapang ka potrisi, kwena ushapang ka V. Kwena malifing. Okay, kena what cellulite? Well, you're the one that I wanna, you know how men, especially in the younger years, I'm gonna cellulite there. No maguna mali better kanjani. But it's the way that they're made, that's why I was actually cellulite. Basically, essentially in a spiritual sense, roles are reversing. Over time, get know what these stretch marks say on the boobs, on the arms, on the legs, on the bum. And he's the one with a perfect skin tone. It's not the issue. You know how guys be giving you a run for your money in terms of their skin tone. It's so much smoother than ours. Because we're not like these cellulite stretch marks. Over time, the roles reverse. You become the man, and he becomes a female. God because it's all spiritual. Little man of my life, and I'm going to go the blue facey, the doomby, the blue eye. Ladies and gentlemen, the blue eye. Come along, dog. Never mind. Out of a wound, on the side here like drool. The way you bleed, I got thing. Because you made yourself in daughter to a man. I learned my lesson. I was always walking around these streets with scrubs, okay? So because I was always dating these scrubs, one of my scrubs, ex-boyfriend, closet homosexual, but anyway, that's like it, but Asham, that's not next. Like worse than any other guy that I've ever been with. Gibo Megupilwa in a forum, the forum is a go kasi go road, and no bathroom. When I was visiting him, Nikapela goes got along, sister girl. Koyeso, kinale unsweet bathroom, Budwa, one could be comfortable. For breakfast. This dude comes from poverty, like poverty. Poverty. Got too cute. Let's smile and sing a sense of him. Ooh, he's 24. Come on. And I'm 20. No, he's 23. I'm 21. So, a 23-year-old guy, when he's 33, alimona. Mercedes I'm in his life. So, I'm gonna help him grow. Yes, I'm the one all right in my life materially. Ko yeso ho betere. Rena le bathroom tse dingata nje fela go jarete. Mara this guy, how about Lisa toilet? It was so frustrating visiting him. Yo, when I slept overnight, yeah, it's like it was. If I needed to pee, I had to go on a pants, It's actually like that now for me too. But I make sure that my bladder is empty so I don't have to go out once I come here officially to retire at the end of the day. But I would have to go. You know how there's toilets outside, and there's no bathroom. So yeah, you bath in a tub. I had to pee outside on a toilet that I didn't respect that toilet. I have a thing about my ablution facilities. They have to be top notch and very clean. And I had to basically just deal with, the way that it looked, and whatnot. It was just old. This guy was poor. Ever. Ubaba passed away when they were still very young, and people trying to make ends meet. It was just rough. The mom was now old. Thankfully, the older sister was now working, 2 older sisters, and he was struggling. This guy, at some point, however, that job, if it mega waiter my tables at Mug and Bean, and I didn't know that. He didn't want to tell me that he was a waiter. Anyway, whatever. The mom was being supported by the older siblings, the 2 sisters, and this guy. At some point, I was like, please relax. You need to try and find a job in corporate South Africa. I'll try and get you into the call center where I'm working. This and that. Push this guy. Now I'll apply for Buponisa or whatever. Some dude, top of that, he was able to meet sister girl. This guy was in the closet, it was clear. Like, he was gay. He was effeminate. There were so many issues, and he struggled even to get manhood working. It was just problematic. His piping was not working because I was not a man. But that's not even the point. This guy that was a closet homosexual, the reason we broke up was not because he did not come to the party or get his act together. What he did, however, is get used to me as well. How I was willing to be with him despite all that poverty, even though I came from better. Why then I drop it all altogether, reclining chair. All of my efforts to get him to do what I wanted him to do, in one ear out the other. And was like, you wanna wear the pants, it's all good. Men, before they wake up to the reality of the fact that they prefer to be men, literally let women who want to take on all that heavy duty work. They let them do it. They will let you drive them all over Johannesburg. They will let you call the licensing department to book their driver's test. They will let you teach them how to drive. They will let you pay for They will let you be a man, and they will appear to be grateful. But that is just a spurt of laziness. A little sleep and a little slumber and a little folding of the hands to rest. And poverty will overwhelm you like an armed man, and scarcity like a bandit. So Uktwafa is part of the sinful nature. It is so horrible, this laziness disease, and that people will literally ignore that which is their baseline desire, or that which that which they are naturally rested in. Bazoyiziba for a season just so they can sleep for a minute. Ukuthi bayolala nje bayorelaxa, ukuthi bangastrive, ukuthi bangasebenzi so hard. They will ignore that they want to be men. But that ignoring is only seasonal, because at the end of the day, when something is congenital, it's primary, it's primitive, it's native. It just dwells in you very richly. Like I said earlier, ontologically, it is your form, it's how you are. It doesn't matter how lazy you are as a man to get your act together, or your sevens and Bottom line is, the ego of a man has been made by God to be such that they cannot indefinitely wire on a loop. So you women trying to get stay-at-home husbands are in danger. Just forfeit, neglect, abandon, throw to the side their God-ordained function. It is an inevitable occurrence that's gonna ultimately rise to the surface. The way that puberty is inevitable for a growing child. They will inevitably get boobs as a girl. They will inevitably get their period. They will inevitably maybe even get cystic acne. They will inevitably go through a phase of growing from a little girl to a shapely teenage girl, or a buff, jockey, muscular teenage boy. It is not something that can be stopped unless this child dies. It's gonna happen. So ukuvuka kwendoda inendoda is gonna happen. Like puberty in a child. It's a matter of when and how fast it happens. Some boys get their growth spurts only in like grade 11 high school. Next thing Lomuntu is towering above my uncle. Whereas Nelly Shotin Botalako grade 8, 9, 10. And you never thought that this dude would ever tower above everybody, and yet he does. Especially with boy children, they'll freak you out. With girl children, their growth spurt tends to happen late primary, early high school. Mara boys, sometimes they might even still be skiing in pipsqueaks in matric. 2 years after matric, you will be thinking how, didn't you have a crush on me in grade 11? The guy will suddenly be so hot. We just don't know, Maka. You were that big as already. How did you get this big? The growth spurt can literally happen in like first year varsity or 3 years after matric. And next thing, this guy's like beefy, like a joke. And you're like, whoa, this cannot be Barriele ya Tabang. It's an English Boraga second breaky. And now he's looking so beautiful that I wish I hadn't rejected him. Type that thing. Yeah, that inevitable rising up of masculine oomph and allness and to like just bojotlhe ba bonna e bathong bo tlo tswa kankane nkare nkonkodi on a flu patient. It's gonna come out. It's only a matter of time, baby girl. Only a matter of time, sister girl. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Nkonkodi ya itlo tswa hae ba no tshwere ke flu o tlo mina wa nkutlo kankane. And when you can choose not to put tissue, so re bona mamina ya hao mara bottom line is a tlo tswa. So desire go ba monna in a man will rear its ugly head, because it becomes ugly when it's vengeful, but it's beautiful when it's within a harmony, a utopia, within an ecosystem of homeostasis where everybody's balanced and in agreement that women should be women and men should be men. But in a place where a man was denied his manhood, on a terrace, ingathi indoda ezibonisa erebontsang dimbambo tsa gagwe sa apara a re bontsha dipejeje a nana go cute yo ikotlolla jwa. And you're gonna be like, where was this bugger when we were dating for 7 years? Ona dutse mo sofeng a ntse a ja di-knickknacks tsa ka tsene ke dula ke di reka. Where was this man that's married to that woman when we were together? Indodando, like indodando ephele mehuphi Miss Jona during the time when we were together ngoba he is indodando to some other woman. He is a manly man to some other woman, and it'll make, that's why I get the Sterfontein you were taking chicken. You go to Janyane, Naminye Janyan. I went. Got them in, I'm on parole now. Okay? You will go to jail. Pop pills in a psychiatric prison over Oshanya because of my daughter. You will rip your skin apart. You will die, little girl. You will die. You will pass away. Mina ningathangini wonishanga mina sengikhulile manje kodwa bheka ningangakhi 40 kodwa sengivukile. Better late than never. Utlotokafala again. Suka batho mvuke emaqandeni sisters. Afuna uvuke Sterfontein una 70 or una 40. So unikeze amadoda seven different babies. And then you try to make like Erykah Badu and act like all your different baby daddies are your sexual revolution. You will die. You will pass away. Okay, this karana galuana gerlona that are facing the cold bed. Coronas. Be ajo calling your name. Ngareke, I get to be their pet. Hey, jockey. Hey, Bobby. Marakili bizola gago as they are naming all the victims on the cold bed. Komochuari. Wenada. Bakubita Bobby. You will be commonly found in mortuaries. What's this as? Spiritually. If you don't wake up and accept parole. Take parole, take early release, take time served, take community service, but admit orelashanya. Oh, Baba. My ex-boyfriend, was closet homosexual. Literally, I dumped him because, I'm tired of grandchild, right? But that's not why we broke up. I didn't love him because he was too girly. Like, so me I just saying, I love you, baby. I was like, no, you don't. Anyway, I couldn't fall in love with him because he was very girly. Plus, he couldn't work stuff. His plumbing was just, it wasn't working. Yeah, whatever. We broke up because he made another woman pregnant. It's like he was trying to prove that he wasn't gay. Like Palesa, you know how she gave Somizi a child and all these years down the line is like frazzling her? Yeah, this dude made a baby with some other chick. I was like, that plumbing of yours that doesn't work made a woman pregnant? Okay, this is not cute. I wasn't too broken by the fact that he made another woman pregnant because I didn't love him, but I was just annoyed. Like you cheated on me. What? Type setup thing. Yeah, type setup thing. So we broke up because he made someone else pregnant. And when I gave my life to Jesus, so I was with him when I was 21. I was with him when I was 21, and then we broke up. I then dated my ex when I was 22, right? I didn't care what was going on with him because I wasn't in love. It's not like I was regretful of the relationship ending or whatever. But this is necessary to highlight. He's dealing with this guy's life. I was ride or die to him. I was faithful despite the fact that I wasn't in love with him. I tried to get him to cut, like I don't like hair on men in the worst way, and I've highlighted, like guys, when I started speaking I love men. Alright? So how am I talking convincing I'm winning over for lesbianism or experimenting with women? Habana enough bunna on them. And one of the most, basically that which is extremely opposite to me in men. I'm drawn to. So angifuni indoda eney'nwele up tops. So my men have to be cleanly shaven. Akirate banna ba miriri. Akirate miriri. Like proper, a man needs to be out here at the barber the moment he sees little sprinkles of dust on his hair. Like I have a thing about hair. I don't want men with hair on places where men should not have hair. There are places where men have hair where women don't have hair, and that hair is finally is comprehensively acceptable. But there are places where men should not have hair, and even the scriptures make it clear that a woman's glory is in her hair, but a man is shameful when he has it. We are no longer in the Old Testament, and we are just trying to be like Samson. But you know, people have their own theories. This is not even based on the Bible, it's just my preference. I've only ever dated, except for this one guy, men that were cleanly shaven, chisco, every week. Oko strategy, bamukutaga di clippers, or he does it himself in his bathroom. Right? Yeah, types it up thing. Chisco, cleanly shaven, brush. I can see go loud about chisco. Okay, yeah, that's my kind of dude. Like, it doesn't get old. It doesn't get old, even with these trends coming and going. Baba di mohawk di gym and kati ba ikenza MC Hammer. Baba di dreadlocks mo mahareng ho loga. Meropoto yana me modimo. Man, hey, it's too much. Too much. Like Mike Todd, one bora. He lays his edges. I can't. Okay? Yeah, a man must just who to man. Kutan diding. Yeah. So if at all, I don't even want a guy wa afro-nyana. Like wa kafuharinyana, like looking like an apartheid struggle veteran, looking like Steve Biko. Even like I don't even like Steve Biko's hair. Like she's got up dog. That's what I'm trying to gun for. Please. If it's a black man, if it's a white dude, he can't be out here looking like John Bon Jovi or whatever, or Billy Ray Cyrus. Short, like the way that a white man's hair would be typically short. I just have a thing about short hair on men. Like, as men, okay? Anyway, whatever. Cool beans and bananas, they give away for like ever and a day. I can be loquacious. This dude had hair, and this thing with hair, with me, it was not just with me, my girls were like that too, my cousins. So we never a lot about guys and we were like, think about it, man, dikute, dandala, charbut. When he lasered down, when he removed those dreads, he became another human being. It's like he was from another planet. It was like he was from outer space. It was suddenly so wonderful to gaze upon that guy every day. The dreads that he was censored for years was his suicide. Johannesburg. Because the dreads. Same scenario. Basically, what's the case with this dude? Okay? When I get the dreads another one, Brown Dash. Brown Dash was attractive as a man. It was a massive turn off enough for me to be like, I was like, I cannot very much better over there. I don't think Brown did ever shave his hair. I think he passed away from Mulaza or whatever. So like that. His hair was enough of a distraction for me to not linger on him. Who's that other guy? Yo, Fat Joe. Fat Joe. Ass like it. I used to spaz over the guy as a teenager. She's go like, yeah, you get my point, right? Cleanly shaven dudes have just always been a thing for me, and it'll just never die. No ma, I'm a trends might change, and men are out here growing their hair, looking like little girls, or 70s or 60s men that he German cut. It'll never sit on me. It'll never rest. I guess I'm old school that way, and that'll never change. And this dude, while we were dating, this gay guy, they kept on flicking, and it happened all over the show. Like, in certain parts. They were not even very healthy dreadlocks. He was a cute dude, like a typical pretty boy. Those dreadlocks. Those dreads of his coupled with his effeminateness. He was so girly. I used to be like, don't you want to shave your dreads? Don't you want to remove your dreadlocks? And he would keep promising me, yeah, I'll do it, baby. I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. I know, I want to do it. Yeah, I got a fest back high. I am gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I've been thinking about it. But you see, that's the thing. He wanted so much to be a manly man that even he agreed that not sometimes cool to the dreadlocks because anyway that's Chiriana. When I got all the fleek and Jeffel. And I couldn't, like, yeah. And so when I was at all up in his girl, dreads, he agreed with me. Mara, it was just because I was so domineering that bonna ba gagwe la ntse e le homosexual inwardly. No, it was resisting me. His manliness, his manhood was resisting that I was trying to lord it over him. I was trying to give him instruction as to what to do. So even though he wanted to shave those dreads, and he agreed with me for the reasons why they had to go, he just did it. Throughout the whole time we were together. We were together for only 8 months. It would have been a year if he didn't make some other chick pregnant. Yeah, type establishment thing. I would have just stayed with that guy because Nilam bin Jaga, even though I didn't love him or whatever. Mara, I was always just trying to push him towards certain things. I was always trying to put, in terms of career, life, job, I was trying to push him to cut his hair so he could be more manly. I was trying to, like, yeah.